That was good.
How are you gonna get down with all the sticks there? He's taking that down.
Hey, Okie Woodsman here. We're going to do something a little bit different on this video today. Title of it is Forestry, a Family Journey. Kind of shows how I got into doing woodsman type work, how my family has gotten into it. However, I do want to go ahead and kind of make this video about something a little different. This is not an instructional video. You're going to see a lot of errors in here. I've done a lot of dumb things, not knowing exactly what I was doing. My wife was doing work here as well, and we didn't have all the safety equipment. We didn't have a lot of knowledge. I had watched some people on YouTube, kind of learned some basics, done some firewood for myself. There you can see I've climbed a tree. Now I do have a background in, I worked on communications lines, and so I used hooks to climb quite often. I really do enjoy that. So naturally, a mix of chainsaws and spurs, and I was at home. But let's talk about something. I kind of want to talk about where this channel is going to go and what's on my heart. So one of the things that I haven't really communicated very much is basically I have been on a journey of just conquering fear and doubt about, you know, what I'm capable of doing, what my family is capable of doing. And so that's what this channel represents. I had a need, we had a desire to move out of town, move out into the country. Well, we bought this bit of land with all this trees on it. We didn't have the money to pay someone to do all this work. I had a background in woodworking and thought, wow, well, you know, what if I got a sawmill? So this is how I started cutting. This is how I started felling timber. Okay, a little bit about me. I've done a few things. I've done a lot with electronics, computers. Originally, back in the day, I was a graphic design guy. I've done cabinetry. I've done some electrical work. And if you haven't seen already, we built our house. Was I qualified to build the house? Most people would say absolutely not. If I lived in a large metro area, I could not have done what I did. But by living where we do, I was able to go ahead and do a good job on a family dwelling for my family. And this was not just me. This was my wife, and this was my kids. We've all done it together. And everything that we've done, you can see, my kids are along with us. They've watched every step. These videos that you're watching here are probably I'd say about 4 years old now. So I didn't have much experience up until this point. 6 years ago, everybody, I had never even run a chainsaw. I absolutely love it now. But it really started with conquering fear, conquering the what ifs. I definitely am someone that overthinks things significantly and thinks about every possible angle. You may have caught that in my journey to find a 60cc saw. Some people might shake their head like, well, okay, you bought an Echo CS620, then I got a 562. It's because I recognize the strengths and weaknesses of different types of equipment, different options. So I do that with everything when it comes down to automobiles, when it comes down to the siding that I picked for my home, the color that I picked for my home. Yes, my house is black. Some people are like, oh my gosh, that thing's got to be so hot, right? So all these things are things that I've thought about, mulled over. And so again, this channel here, I really want to encourage you to step out and do something with wisdom, with knowledge, with research, but do something that you are not comfortable with. I am under 40 years old. I've got just a couple more years until I'm 40. I feel as if I should have been much further ahead and accomplished more. And I'm also not ignorant enough. I'm not so ignorant, though, to not realize that I have been blessed with a wonderful family. We've been provided for, our needs have been taken care of, and we've accomplished a lot as a family. And like I said, I'm completely blessed. And so saying that I'm not saying that things are. I don't want to say like woe is me, but at the same time, I'm very, very goal driven, goal oriented, and even shooting YouTube. Everybody, this is it's a very unique putting your life on camera. I don't even like the way my voice sounds, but it's very unique putting your work ethic, your techniques on camera, online for everyone to see. I really do appreciate right here. This is a mess up right here. I basically crushed that CS310. That saw got hammered right there. I made a mistake, but you know, if you haven't watched my house build, I know that it might not be interesting to some of you, but if you've ever thought about doing something that you didn't think you could do or weren't qualified to do, definitely check that video out. It's not the best production quality, but I think it's meaningful. It's certainly meaningful to me. A lot of people have enjoyed it. It's got actually a really good retention. People watch it and they watch it through more to the end than a lot of my other videos. So it's really good. Here you can see my wife. She's always been willing to step in there and help. Now again, there's no ear protection, there's no chaps. We were ignorant. We didn't know exactly what we were doing, but this fits a lot of people when they're just trying to take care of their property, trying to take care of their farm, trying to take care of their woods, whatever. And so we definitely want to go ahead and teach people a better way of doing things, but this is not necessarily an educational channel as it is here I'm inviting you into our life to see how we've done something unconventionally. I've got some super unconventional wisdom and thoughts that I am debating on whether or not I want to share, especially about house building, how to pay for the house, and so forth. And so this right here, these videos, like I said, are close to 4 years old. And this is how we started. What you're looking at there is where we built our house. This is, I can't honestly exactly tell where this is at. I think it's on one of the roads. This was clearing out the initial road. In fact, I honestly think this is where I've shot a lot of the film of the initial films with the Echo saw and where I split firewood. So we had to clear this out just to get access in there. So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing our journey as a family. It's been very important for the boys. It's been very beneficial for all of us to gain confidence, to gain experience, to have time together. It's been not easy. I can tell you that for sure. Building a house when you've never built it and you have fear and anxiety and you have those questions of, hey, can I even do this? What if I fail? It's not easy. We spent lots and lots and lots of hours. I'm going to go ahead and put a link to that house build on this video here, and I really do hope that you'll go ahead and check it out if you haven't already seen it. Please leave a comment about anything that you can think of. If I've inspired you to, if I've struck a chord with you about something that you're struggling with or something that you are trying to tackle, something that you're wrestling with that you kind of want to pursue but you think, I can't do that. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can do that. Now, of course, you need to, I'm not one of those people that, I don't subscribe to the thought that you can do anything you put your mind to. Now, that might be a fault of mine. I view myself as a realist. However, we can do far more than we realize, and we can do far more than we've been told. Now, keep in mind, most of our work was done without heavy equipment. I did have access here and there to equipment, but a lot of everything has been done with a truck, chains, and manual labor, including milling. This is how we got into milling. Okay, so I have some sawmill videos. They're not real popular. It seems as if, I don't know if my audience necessarily wants to view sawmilling, but I have some sawmilling stuff. I do want to do more woodworking because I enjoy that. So I think it all, chainsaws, woodworking, milling, all that stuff is related. And so that's my story. That is what kind of makes me tick in terms of my channel here and the content. But then I want to help encourage people to just do wholesome things. Don't abandon your family. Get your family involved. If you've got kids, man, get them involved. Get them off of those games. My kids play video games, but get them involved. Okay, be a part. My kids are so capable. I wish I could show more of what my boys are capable of doing, but out of fear, out of criticism, so many people are so concerned about every little safety aspect. It's dangerous being out here in the woods just anyways, but my kids have learned so much. They want to build, they want to create, they want to, it's just expanding their knowledge. And I remember as a child, some things that I remember, my remodel, all that stuff has all impacted me till today. There's another topic that I don't really often, that I haven't really mentioned here, but something that is dear to my heart, something that I'm extremely thankful to my parents for, is them supporting me. And back in the day when I was a early teenager, I raced RC cars competitively. That was like a major thing in my life, not just because I enjoyed it, but it's because it gave me confidence. It taught me how to troubleshoot. It taught me how to work with my hands. It taught me how to be competitive. It taught me to commit. And it also taught me about electricity, everybody. That DC voltage, working on batteries, soldering, running a small lathe, because I had a lathe because I had to have it for, at the time, RC cars had commutators you needed to cut. All that stuff has all impacted what I do today. Don't ever think that what you do today is not going to impact tomorrow. Even the most menial of tasks seemingly do that. I mean, you gain so much experience no matter what. I've worked in the food industry. I've done sales. I've done all sorts of things. Communication, skills, what you can learn working in the trades. There's so much you can learn just by observing and watching other people. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube too, is the ability to learn watching other people, to get little tips, insights, skills. All those things are so valuable. Right here you're seeing where the tree basically, I didn't have my hinge right. That's why I had to bang it over. My holding wood was too thick. It was bad cut. Again though, guys, you have to start. You have to learn somewhere. I want to encourage you, if you have property, sometimes I get comments about like, hey, why would you do that on such a small tree? Why would you focus on the hinge? Why would you bore cut a small tree like that? Well, it's because it has to do with technique. You can practice your technique on small timber as well. You don't have to have big trees to learn how to fell. It is the concept, right? It's different. It's applying that information that you've learned in a different scenario, and every tree you fell is different. So everybody, again, I want to be more inspirational. I don't want it to just be about the fastest chainsaw, the smoothest chainsaw, because the reality is I simply cannot buy chainsaws, and I don't have I can't get my hands on all the latest and greatest all the time. So big thing for me is inspiration, teaching, learning, encouraging, all of that. And so I appreciate each and every one of you. There's so many of you that comment consistently, and I cherish those things. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me that you would take the time to watch the content, to meaningfully comment on it, and to be a part. So everybody, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. My family appreciates it. I don't know if you realize the impact it has on us. I mean, my kids are excited every time I've got 50 more, every time I've got 100 more subscribers. And so thank you for being here. Make sure you check out my house building stuff. YouTube doesn't necessarily show it to you if you're here for the chainsaws because it knows what you like. But I think there's some common ground. I think that there is something that can be learned from watching other types of content as well. And so thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please consider. And hopefully we'll have some more exciting content coming here shortly. You have a good one.